Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too, because you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Manifest Magic the Practical Way, because there are a lot of practicalities to manifest in the lives that we choose. I'm whispering because manifesting magic is kind of a secret. It shouldn't be, but it's a secret to the vast majority of people. And I think at some point in time and one day in history, because of all the awakening that's been happening across the board, we will see a time where manifesting magic is not like this thing of, you think you're better than God, you think you're better than people. It's like, no, we're co-creators. We're here to create an experience. And once we realize that we play the biggest role in that experience and our satisfaction of that experience, we start to have a better life. And if we're going to be here, the goal is to have a better life, right? And some people these days, they're just checking out. I've never seen the rates of people that deciding to just check themselves out at the high that it's been now. And to me, it always feels like, man, if they understood manifesting magic and that everything doesn't always go your way, it doesn't mean everything that you look for, you get, but it's the fact that you're trusting that you're working and co-creating with the universe, and anything that you are going for and you did your very best for that you do not receive, it's because the universe has something even bigger and even brighter and even better for you. And you got to know that you deserve that bigger and brighter and better. And there's nothing on this planet Earth that's going to define you. There's not one single thing, one job, one person, one experience that defines your overall experience as a human being in this realm, And once we understand those things, I think that we can get past the idea of being so unhappy all the time with everything that happens, so unhappy with results, And so kind of what I'm talking about today is sort of that. This has been a subject that's been coming up in my mind a lot lately, something I was thinking about, and I kind of started talking about in another video by mistake. And I was like, no, I need to do a whole different video on that. Right. And I was thinking about having needs for people and then having wants for people. Right. And I think for a long time, I think any of us who were brought up in traditional environments, you had, a traditional family system, you were kind of taught that your family was the beginning and the end of everything, right? And there's a part of me that still sort of believes that they're a very, very important foundation and base for you, right? And, as I look now, everybody has some emotional insecurities and stuff that came from their upbringings with, because everybody, your family's not going to get everything. It's just not possible. And you're not going to get everything right. Your children are still going to need something. Their children, it's going boom, 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 generation after generation, right? But there can be some high level of toxicities that take some people a lot longer to get over, right? And it doesn't have to be that way, but sometimes we live in a society where people do take 40 years to get over things, when if they had the right support, it could have taken them 3 years or something. And it really holds up their life, and it really diminishes their experiences of being able to create happiness over a long period of time. So it's like, when you think about these kind of things, these entities were taught that, blood is thicker than water and all these sort of things. And, your family, that you need them to some degree. You need their emotional support. You need. And so as I got older, I really was walking into the world believing that that was a healthy way. Even though a large part of me, for whatever reason, came into this world with this mindset that people didn't necessarily need other people, not specific people. You know what I mean? And that your needs, the primary ones that you have, should be developed in yourself. And they should be something that you were given yourself. And then other people are released from your needs, and they can just be a part of your wants, and they can be the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So like, if you're in a space and you need for someone to tell you that you're beautiful, then that is a big burden on someone else, because if they don't tell you that you're beautiful, then you don't feel beautiful, right? So then they're held captive to your low self-esteem or your low self-worth, right? Instead, it should be a want. It should be like, I already know that I'm beautiful. I already know that I'm amazing. I already know that I'm great. I already know that I'm fancy, or whatever it is, right? And then someone else comes along and goes, oh, you're beautiful. You're great. You're fancy. And you're just like, oh, thank you. So what I feel on the inside is actually showing on the outside, right? And that's a much more rewarding experience. And so I think we got comfortable in this world with believing that it's okay to lean so deeply and heavily on other people. But I'm a firm believer that codependency never ever ends well. It just doesn't. Because at some point when you are so codependent on other people, it's going to fall apart because that person is only human. They can only give you so much. And in my experience, when you have to fill these gaps for people, you always have to tell them, you're great, you're amazing, you're beautiful, I love you. It's different when you're building up children. They most definitely deserve that. And then what you should be saying when you're building up the children is, I'm telling you these things, but I know that you feel that way about yourself, right? And because they're brought up in a healthy environment where they can feel love and trust, and they can feel like they can depend on the adults in their environment for emotional support, they don't have to go out begging for everybody else to make them feel good, because they understand what it means to create those feelings for themselves, right? And so what you find is people that are really hopped up on needs all the time is that they come from a very emotionally deprived background childhood. And what happens is that they never truly focus on it because the world and society makes it okay for us to lean and need on other people so much. And the thing is, most relationships that people are in as adults, they're ending because somebody else couldn't fulfill a need most of the time that the person was supposed to be giving themselves, right? Because like you'll talk to women sometimes, it's like, he never made me feel beautiful. He never made me feel loved. He never made me feel attractive. He never made me feel wanted and all these things. And then you ask her, do you feel beautiful about yourself? Do you feel loved, right? Do you feel attractive? Do you feel wanted? And then 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be no, because you're looking for confirmation on something when you're not really looking for confirmation. You're looking for, what is it called? You're looking to be defined by someone, right? Because confirmation is cute. It's just like, I think I'm looking cute today. I think I'm looking fine. If somebody tell me, it's just like, oh girl, you were right. You're right. You do look good today. You do. You are giving off that boss feminine energy. You're right. You're strong and feminine all in one. It's a beautiful energy. It attracts both men and women for all kinds of reasons, right? You are giving that off. And so it's a beautiful confirmation when the world just feeds it right back at you everywhere you go, right? But also at the same time, if you were going out there looking for people to say that you were beautiful, confident, strong, feminine, all these wonderful things, and you didn't get it, how are you going to feel at the end of the day? You're going to do one of two things. You're going to go home feeling like crap and feeling like, I guess I'm not that great anyway. That's a lot of things. Or either you're going to go home feeling like you have an enemy out there. You have a they, well, they hating on me. They don't want me to be great. They don't want me to shine. They don't want me to, right? And maybe they don't. But guess what? You decide that first. They're just confirming it, right? So I think adults really need to pay close attention to what they are needing from others and what they are wanting from others. Because for me, the want is the most valuable out of the need and the want, right? I don't want another adult to need anything from me. I want them to want it from me because I'm cool and I'm interesting. And if they got a want from me, then that means that I'm confirming what they already feel about themselves on the inside, right? And I feel the same way. If I am with someone or we are in a relationship or something like that, I want it to be a want. A need means that I am not more important than that need you have on the inside of you. And that need will drive you to go look for that need anywhere that need can be filled because it's deemed as a need. When it's not deemed as a need, it's a want, right? And the want means that you are grateful to receive it from this particular entity, right? Needs make people desperate. Needs come from survival. If you know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Those things are needs at the bottom, right? When you are needing food, when you are needing water, when you are needing money, and it's a need, you're going to start doing things that you don't normally do because those needs are not being met. And you're going to do by any means necessary because these are needs. So whenever you're around people that really just think that they need certain things from other people, I'd say males, beware of women that need a lot of attention. Because if you're not giving them that attention, They're going to go look for somebody else because they don't deem it as a want or something. Yeah, that would be cool if I had it. It's a want. It's great. I feel good about myself. Let's add that to the list of amazing things I can feel good about, right? It's a need. That means they don't care who feels it, right? Needs, you're not, it's like starving. Needs are when you're surviving. They're not thriving. Wants and desires are thriving, right? And so it's like you think about, you're starving, you don't have anything to eat, you're in the park, and somebody hands over a piece of bread to you. Are you really going to care who the hand is giving you the bread? No, you're just going to be so happy that somebody's handing you bread, right? And so we really have to pay close attention about what are we forcing other people or trying to force other people to give us as a need, and then what are those things that are wants? Wants are a lot more healthy, right? And this is not to say that humans don't have basic needs to give love and be love and all those sort of things, but giving love and being loved can happen in so many ways. It can happen through animals. It can happen in nature. It can happen in looking at your favorite YouTubers online and like sending them money and love and saying they're amazing people and I'm so happy I get to experience the world that kind of person lives in, right? So a lot of times I think love is one note. Love is somebody hugging you and telling you how great you are or whatever you want to attach to it, right? And it's just not the case. We can love people really deeply and still not be in their space at all on a regular basis in any kind of way, right? So emotional intelligence for an adult is definitely understanding what are you wanting from people and are you already giving it to yourself? And if you call in something a need, then you probably need to reevaluate how the pressure that places on other people when it comes to them being that end all and be all for you. And just keep in mind, people, if you run into people that talk about things or needs too much, they need attention. I need you to tell me that I'm great. I need this. I need that. Then you really don't matter. They don't really care about you and your personality. They really just want that thing filled, right? And if it ain't coming from you, they may go look for it for somebody else. I mean, that's just a common thing, right? When we think things are needs, we definitely look around until we find that thing. And a lot of times when we actually get that stuff, most of us, because it's not being fulfilled on the inside, we don't even treat it right. We don't even appreciate it the way that we should because we're not truly giving that to ourselves, right? And also, it's a very much so a remnant of an emotionally deprived childhood that many people don't address. And so some stuff that they're calling needs are really things that need therapy, And I'm the first to say, go sit in some therapy. And I'm the first to go sit in some therapy whenever I'm struggling with an idea or a concept or an emotion that I just can't get past, right? So anyway, I hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful day and keep manifesting magic.